This is not the church of Joseph Smith.
I have faith that the Constitution will be saved as prophesied by Joseph Smith. But it will not be saved in Washington.
And a major city yet to be determined in Russia. Unprecedented times call for unprecedented measures. My dear brothers and sisters, these are the latter days. If you and I are to withstand the forthcoming perils and pressures, it is imperative that we each have a firm spiritual foundation built upon the rock of our Redeemer, Jesus Christ. What would I say to Brigham Young, Wilford Woodruff, and the other presidents on up to President Thomas S. Monson? I'm going to meet him soon.
the countdown began on the 28th, 5 days in advance. That's when the falling moon was born at the star Spica, the star of Bethlehem, in the constellation Virgo, the Virgin. And the countdown is for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the day. The falling star, referred to by Isaiah, which is in the Book of Mormon, is the inverted pentagram, the falling star. 5 points. The moon is falling for a count of 5 and passes by Mars, who is Nelson, who took over when Monson died in that reverse pattern. Travis Wayne Goodsell, 2 days left. And I'm already recognizing that the prophets are getting uncomfortable. I'm seeing that I'm being spied on and some minor tampering with my computer. So it's just, they just don't care. I do the videos pointing out how it's not a nice thing to do and it's criminal. They don't care. They do it anyway. Who's gonna stop them? But yeah, I don't make this up, guys. These are the patterns that I'm observing, and I have to explain anomalies as the 22nd came and went, and then the 4th, and the 17th. And now I realize, it's all together. So, yep. Here we go. The 2nd of January. So 2 more days. I'm obviously doing this 3 more days in the evening, but I'll give it to you in the morning. Section 107, verse 91 and 92. And again, the duty of the president of the office of the high priesthood is to preside over the whole church and to be like unto Moses. Behold, here is wisdom, yea, to be a seer, revelator, translator, and a prophet, having all the gifts of God which he bestows upon the head of the church. And so, when Nephi came to visit Joseph Smith, telling him about the Egyptian gold plates, as the story goes, on the 21st to the 22nd of September 1823, 4 times, he told Joseph Smith about a passage in Acts, and I've gone over with you that came from Deuteronomy 18. And was it this morning or when was it? Zechariah 11 also points it out and ties it to other Doctrine and Covenants passages. But Joseph Smith, section 103, concerning the redemption of Zion, in verse 16, therefore I will raise up unto my people a man who shall lead them like as Moses led the children of Israel. Because the Mormons need to be led out of bondage by power and with a stretched out arm. The presidents of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, starting with Joseph, are supposed to be the Christ. That's what Joseph says. That man is the Christ. From Moses. The man like Moses is the Christ. So Joseph was the founding Christ in the latter days. And he was assassinated. And so from Brigham here to Nelson, each and every single one of them are claiming to be in the office of Moses, which is the Christ. They're supposed to be the Christ. And yet, each and every one of them from Brigham Young, well, Brigham, at least currently, from Heber J. Grant, we'll say that much, and probably even earlier, have denied the Christ themselves. They deny the Christ, who is supposed to be themselves. Nelson denies the Christ. Him. So we're not Christian. Reread your first vision. Jesus is not our Christ. He was created as an historical character by Constantine in the very first creed. And so what do they do instead? They preach a false Christ to the Mormons. Jesus, the God of Constantine. And they make alterations, you know, body of flesh and bone, as tangible as man's. Came to the Americas, because the Book of Mormon is now literal history. Because again, that's Jesus is not our Christ. So what are they talking about then in the Book of Mormon? If Jesus is not our Christ, and Jesus is in the Book of Mormon. Jesus is in the Gospels. He's not our Christ. So who then is Jesus? Because Constantine turned him into history documents. Yeah, apocalyptic literature. Guess what the Book of Mormon is, guys? That's why there's revelations, signs in the heavens in the Book of Mormon. And here we are in those days, those star dates given by John in Revelation, which were also used in the Book of Mormon. And the presidents of the church deny the Christ is here and preach a false Christ to Mormons. Hilarious. Hilarious. Now do you understand why they want me dead? Why they have threatened me? Why they have tortured me? Why they have locked me up in Utah's concentration camp? Because they're not prophets, seers, revelators, and especially translators. They don't claim it. Where was it? There we go. Mormons are supposed to be looking for the Christ. the man like Moses, a Mormon from the great and abominable church, Mormons are supposed to be looking for someone who's an actual seer, who's an actual revelator, who reveals the signs in the heavens to Mormons, who reveals the signs on earth to Mormons. Who's a prophet, Amos 3:7, who will warn the Mormons, just like Moses did during their creeping death. But Nelson, yeah, the MTC just got hit with the virus, with creeping death. They're supposed to be vaccinated before they go on a mission. Why not this one? See, the true Christ would have done what Joseph said in section 45 and what Moses said in the Exodus. Stay home, stay safe, which was exactly what the medical professionals told us to do in the beginning. Mormons are supposed to look for the true Christ to tell them to stay home, to stay safe. And it's tough because we've gone past a year. Our food supply, year supply of food, are gone. Right? They only had us as a max 1 year's supply of food. And only the rich can afford it. Church is hoarding trillions as Mormons suffer, get sick, and die during these latter days. That was the warning from Moses, from Acts, from Joseph, from Zechariah. Hearken or die. It's that simple. There isn't any magical powers of the Christ. He doesn't come down and destroy the governments. That's the church's plan. And translator. You're supposed to be looking for a translator. Nelson can't translate Hebrew. They're God. Let God prevail. Says he studied the gathering. Whose keys are the keys of the gathering? Moses. The Christ. Christ of the Jews. A man like Moses. Supposed to be him. He's supposed to be a translator. And he botched the translation, which the translation was supposed to refer to him. Yah, Prince of God, the latter-day Christ. No longer to come through the seed of Esau, now to come through the seed of Jacob the usurper. Let me remind you, it's seed, not supernatural deities having sex with their mortal daughters. Moses chapter 7 verse 53, previously talking about Enoch, children of Noah. Blessed is he through whose seed Messiah shall come. Mary does not have seed. She has to get it from a man. But that's apocalyptic literature, so it doesn't matter. You're looking for someone who knows Hebrew and Egyptian, specifically. because Ezekiel 37 talks about the restoring of the Bible by this same man from the Egyptian documents. Stick of Judah being in Hebrew. So you're looking for a man, a Mormon, who's not an apostle, who's just a regular Mormon, who knows how to restore the Bible from the Egyptian documents, who knows Paleo-Hebrew, who knows Egyptian, who is warning you about creeping death, who has warned you and alerted you to the latter days, who has revealed unto you the signs of the latter days in the heavens and in the earth. So who are you looking for again? Who are you waiting to tell you what to believe in? To compel you to believe? You're waiting for Nelson, is it? He has failed his office. He has failed you. So again, why are you sticking with the church? You can't be a good person and following evil. You are who you hearken to. If you hearken to evil, you're evil. Only hearkening to good do you become good. It's real simple. That's scriptural. So, 2 more days.